Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Salutations to the sincere Akim and the Akwaf, pushing the truth in all due diligence and sincerity. Isaiah the 14th chapter, for the verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. Pardon me, it's a windy day doing this walk and talk. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. Yo, right now the world is seemingly on the real precipice of World War III. You know when Yahweh Shai in Matthew's 24th chapter and in the book of Luke, the Gospel of Luke, spoke about those wars, the rumors of wars. Hey man, they're no longer rumors, man. We can see it live on the TV screen. America and Israel, those small hats, those Israelis, bombed Iran. And so those Iranians responded with rigor, man. And they knew they couldn't go pound for pound with America. So they're strategically striking Gulf partners of America, like the likes of the UAE, Saudi and them, fucking with America's money. And ultimately fucking with the pockets of the everyday Americans, man, trying to cause a revolt in the West, man. And a lot of people, because of the social media, can see that Esau's to blame for this. And that's why ultimately, man, when we take over this kingdom, everyone's going to be grateful that this great Satan, the so-called white man's put down. You see, because the Lord is the one that's going to orchestrate it. And in the midst of it all, pursuant to Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, real quick, the Lord's going to be the one that's going to take us and put us back in our land. Ezekiel the 36th chapter, verse 9, for behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and you shall be tilled in song, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it. You know, it's going to start with 144,000, written off in Revelation 7, but ultimately all Israel is going to be saved. You know, some of you just got to die and face excruciating pain first, but you're going to be out in the end. It says, and the city shall be inhabited, and the way shall be builded, and I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit. And I will settle you after your old estates, and will do better unto you than at your beginnings, and you shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. So we're going to be in a better state of being than when we first went into the kingdom under Joshua and them, man. We're going to be even more beautified, and ultimately we're going to be programmed to be automatic righteous by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. After this current time that we're in, and the impending destruction, as well as the time of Jacob's trouble and judgment, and this is what we're going to do. And the people, talking about Israel, shall take them and bring them to their place. And this person on the road, the maniac's driving. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. So we're going to have kings as our nursing fathers and their queens as our nursing mothers. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. We're going to rule over Esau Edom and all of these nations. The elites of Esau, Amalek, the small hat rats, the Zionists, the deep state as they're called on this side, are going to be our first crop of slaves, man. They're going to be the first group of Edomites that we have burying bodies in the kingdom, man. Listen, it's going to be a beautiful time, a real beautiful time. Judgment is going to reign, Righteousness is going to finally be declared across the face of the planet Earth. And Esau Edom and his kind are going to be put right back down in their place where they belong. It says, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, man. It's a righteous thing for a man to get vengeance upon his enemies, thus saith the Lord. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. So in these times, man, and ever much so as we get closer towards the end of this thing, we're going to prophesy hard against Esau Edom, starting first and foremost with Babylon, the king of Babylon, which really and truly are those Jewish elites. But you know, Trump is the face of it. We're going to prophesy against the likes of these political leaders, the bankers behind them, starting first and foremost in Babylon, being America, but also here in the UK and across the world, and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Esau's propaganda ain't working no more, man. Like, you know, they're throwing every lie that they can at this Iran situation, and everyone can see straight through their bullshit, man. The fact that these devils went up in there because the small hats got an agenda, man, and they want to literally flatten and take over the Gulf. You know, they want to continue their Zionist expansion, but they're not the true. Hey, first and foremost, that Zionism shit gonna be dead in the water, man, because they are not the true descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They come from the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Yeah, they're Hebrew Edomites, not Israelites. That's an Edomite, our evil twin brother, for lack of a better term. Well, literally what they are in actuality, fraternal twins. And Esau Edom and his kind are destined for perpetual destruction, everlasting. Not a single one of them will have mercy shown upon them. Not a single fucking one. Yeah? The Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Back in the day, you would have never seen a situation where an Arab nation like Iran was able to chuck it to America and basically call them out on state TV and nationally expose them for committing war crimes like dropping bombs on schools. But in 2026 and going forward, man, and even historically just before that, it's always been possible, man. These small hat rats were, even though none of them belong in the land, they were trying to say that, you know, they had Hamas fighting against them consistently, and like the Palestinians were resisting and children were throwing rocks. There were videos coming out being put on mainstream media where you see Israeli devils, I should say, shooting children and planting evidence to make it look like the children were a threat to them. These devils are being exposed, and the World Wide Web was a curse. They created it to have loads of distractions on it and ultimately to use it for their wicked purpose, but also for quote-unquote truthers and, you know, brothers in the truth especially. That's what this YouTube was made for. So mainly that we could push this word out there, man, and seal the 144,000 of the Lord wherever they be scattered at. But also, really and truly, what the Lord's elect, not all the 144,000 are on the earth, to seal the Lord's elect. And ultimately, man, for Esau Edom to be exposed. Everyone can see it, man. And although right now they still have their military might, they're slowly losing every ounce of their power, man. And it's a beautiful fucking thing to see. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, yeah? The police state of the world, America. Esau Edom in general as a nation, man. NATO, the war machine, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, all these devils. They're going to go to war with Russia. And Russia's going to send those nukes, man. They're going to shoot nukes on Russia also, but the Lord, pursuant to Ezekiel 38, is going to put hooks in the jaws of Magog and Gog, which is Russia, man, and ultimately set some sort of scenario up where America and Russia have no other choice but to shoot nukes on each other. And you see the tensions, man. If you ain't excited, man, if you ain't excited at what the fuck's going on right now, you need to do some serious prayer and fasting, because yo, we're in a time of great judgment. We're in a time where years of prophecy are happening on a week-by-week basis. This is a beautiful time to live in, man. We're seeing the gradual fall of our arch nemesis Esau. These devils are going down, man, and there ain't fucking nothing they can do about it. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Whew. And it's beautiful because everyone's going to rejoice at the fall of this devil. The same way that these Edomites, man, prey upon the weak. When they're put in their weak position, everyone's going to rejoice. Everyone's going to be ecstatic, man, to see the destruction and the struggle that this devil has to go through, man. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice even the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come upon us. Nature itself, the trees are going to bud their leaves. I'm walking on a high road right now, and the trees in the dead of winter are dead. Even going into spring, like, the weather is shit. When the weather warms up, like April onwards, you're still going to have these trees and these bushes and these plants looking half dead. The grass is always looking fucked up, because nature itself is dying under Esau Edom. The animals are out here committing suicide. You got fishes and whales just literally, man, suffering from plastic in the oceans. You got heavy levels of lead and fluoride in the water. All kinds of fuckery is going on upon the face of the planet Earth. We're taking in these animals that are consuming toxins. The whole earth is fucked. The whole food chain is absolutely decimated and destroyed, man. Yeah, we can't wait. That's why, man, I can't wait to give you this ass whooping, man. Can't wait. Fucking Esau Edom, man. Can't wait to see you fall. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. They are fucking with them Persians, man. And the Persians are showing them they ain't nothing to be fucked with. You get me? And even those Persians are going to be servants to us in the kingdom of heaven. But hey, we're going to put taskmasters upon you. We're going to put taskmasters upon you devils, man. And you best believe, man, Iran, man, those Iranian Persians are going to be some of them. And they ain't going to show you no mercy, man. Because they're all going to remember Moab, Ammon, even fucking Japheth, and all their various forms are going to know that you devils need to be judged heavily, man. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Because right now, there's chinks in your armor, Esau Edom. Donald Trump ain't doing too much of a good job, man. He's making you look stupid. You got a situation whereby, back in the day, yeah, when these Edomites were known as the Illuminati, the illuminated ones, and you know, people thought, yeah, you couldn't even say the word because you might get whacked in your sleep and shit. Back in the day, yeah, where they were a lot more secretive. People were worried, man. People had respect for these Edomites because ultimately they feared the capabilities of this devil. But now everything about this man is being exposed, man. His dirty laundry is being laid out, man, and everyone can see it. And all these nations are looking at you like, rah, you're losing power, man. Like, other nations are seeing what Iran's doing to you, how they're bullying you with a Strait of Hormuz being closed, telling you, fuck it, you're going to pay us back for all the damage caused, or we're not literally giving you we're not letting a drop of oil pass by to you or your fucking small hat friends in Israel. It's a beautiful thing, and these other nations are looking at you thinking, yeah, man, you niggas are weak. And America's weakened. You've stretched yourself thin. Look, listen, the time we're living in is beautiful, man. All these nations are waiting for their get back, man. Everyone's salivating over to getting a piece of America and ultimately destroying you devils. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. You dead, nigga. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, the light bearer on the left-hand side? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? You devils, man, fucked with numerous different countries. Like, you went to Venezuela and just kidnapped the leader. Yeah, you were talking about Cuba's next. You fucking devils, yeah? Man, listen, went to Iran, said you wanted to negotiate. In the middle of negotiations, decided to bomb them, dropped the bomb on a school, killed over 150 children, and then turned around and said, you know, it wasn't one of ours. It couldn't be an American bomb. And then your own insiders came out and said, no, actually, yeah, we fucked up. And then you got the fucking president, I had nothing about it. I have no clue. Like, you don't get briefed daily. Come on, bruv. On the whereabouts of his soldiers and what the fuck's going on in the world. Fuck this place. And you got these British pop devils as well, trying to go on like they're more righteous than thou, and they ain't done nothing wrong. I'm telling you, man, the time's coming where we're gonna fucking get you devils, man. And every single person that's strayed onto you, all these stupid black women that want to choose Babylon over righteousness, all of these stupid niggas, every single one of you, Jake, man, that join hand in hand, every single one of you, Jake, that join hand in hand with this devil, are gonna go down with him, man. For thou hast said, look, how art thou cast down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. You basically tried to put yourself too high. You tried to box with God. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. You know, they feel like they're unstoppable and immovable, right? Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Yeah, you devils are going to be put in we're going to be put in a better situation than what we were when we go back to the kingdom. You devils are going to be grunting harder than you were in your original caveman form. Esau Edom, you devils are going to be absolutely put down, and the Lord is going to be with it, man. The most heavy, harsh forms of judgment upon you fucking Edomite scum. And I can't wait, man. Can't wait. That's you Americans, that's you British, that's you French fuckers, you German, every single Edomite, man. Every single one of you, from the least to the greatest. And there ain't no such thing as a great Edomite, no fucking. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, with the B-2 stealth bombers and the 20 million pound jets and the 1 billion on warfare a day, and the missile interceptors and the Lockheed Martins and the Raytheons and the Boeings and all of that other shit that you was dealing with? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, literally with his weaponry, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened up the house of his prisoners, kidnapped sitting presidents and said, yeah, we're taking the oil, and all the rest of that, stealing people's resources on live national TV and then getting Nobel Peace Prizes? All the kings of the nations, even all of them lying glory, everyone in his house, all of these nations, after 1,000 years of captivity, under us, our rule and subjection, are going to get their land back and are going to get some form of autonomy. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain. Like, you know, if someone goes to war and their shit gets fucked up and it's like their princely garments cut up and all the rest of it, you ain't gonna be looking at that garment like it's salvageable or anything good. That's exactly how people are going to treat you devils, man. When the time comes for that judgment, and that judgment is exercised upon you, you better believe people are going to treat you like the pieces of shit and the scumbags that you are, man. Like the worthless scumbags that you are. It says, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. You devils ain't even gonna get buried. At least those 150 school kids that you killed got burial rights, but you ain't getting that, man. You devils are literally, man, I'm telling you, you gonna get, yo. And pursuant to Obadiah 18, after that 1,000 years of judgment, man, we're gonna burn you devils, man. It's in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures, man. And every single one of you Edomites, I'm telling you, man, the whole world is gonna be with your judgment. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. It's gonna be celebrated for years to come. The day that we no longer had to deal with fucking Hebrew Edomites on the earth. Thrust through with a sword that goes down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. And Esau Edom as a nation is going to be perpetually destroyed, man. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, for the ill doing of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Pursuant to Malachi, the first chapter, the Lord said, you're going to build, but he'll throw down, man. And you're going to be known as the borders of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord Yahweh have indignation against for fucking ever. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. America right now is a superpower, but in the time to come, you're going to be totally forgotten about, man. After a couple 100 years, America's going to be like an ancient myth. You know, like when Simba gets shown the wastelands by Mufasa, where the hyenas dwell, and he's told, you must never go there, Simba. It's the wasteland. Yeah, it's got to be. That's just a small, minuscule, cartoonish example, but I liken it to how badly you devils are going to be fucked up, man, once we're done with you. I will also make it, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Jehovah of hosts, God of armies, and cut off from Babylon, America, the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. And notice that's all the male seed, because without the male seed, the women can't bring forth the nation, man. Once they die off, is that. But even the women are going to get thrown in the fire with you. Every single one of you fucking Edomite devils are going to get it. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with a besom of destruction, saith the Lord Jehovah of hosts. America is going to be totally destroyed by nuclear fire, man. You're not going to know the left to the right, man, where it started or where it ended. Every single one of you Edomites, after 1,000 years of captivity, is going into destruction. You're going to be in perpetual shame. You're going to be fucked up, Esau Edom, man. And it's a beautiful fucking thing, pardon my language. May the Lord Jehovah Hashem Kakadash bring speedy judgment unto Esau. May the Lord Jehovah Hashem Kakadash Barakatham bless you all. And until the next time I say Shalom, Kwame Ashala. We got beautiful things on the horizon, man, and it's full of our fucking wicked fraternal twin brother Esau Edom, the wicked, to look forward to. Shalom. Kwame Ashala.